In this next lesson, we're going to look at how you can access information on the Care Control system. First, we're going to be using Care Control Mobile to look at the care plans and look at the information that's contained within them. When you've signed in to Care Control Mobile, on any device, you can access the residents' care plans by clicking on the button where it says Access Residents' Care Plans. When you access this area, you can now click on a resident and start to read some information that's been stored against them. If we first click on Ground Floor 1 Jean Samuels, the first screen that always loads is called the Care Plan Summary, and we've already discussed this in detail in an earlier lesson. On the left hand side, you have the Show Care Plans options, and you can navigate to different areas of the care plan, just like tabs of a file. Personal Details screen. This holds information which we call static information that doesn't change very often. It talks about the date of birth of the resident, their room location, religious preferences. It also covers any key contact information such as doctor's surgeries, GP, mental health doctor or funeral director. As we scroll down this screen, you'll see that there's more information regarding allergies, dietary needs and medical diagnosis. A bit further down is details about their personal appearance. Normally this information is as when they had joined your organisation. On the right hand side is some brief historical information about where they were remitted from and their previous occupation. The very bottom of the screen is an area called Further Information, where your organisation can create 5 custom fields to hold information about each resident. It may be worth you checking this area to see if they have stored any information in it. If we carry on looking at the Show Care Plan options, we have other tabs to look at. Key Contacts. This holds information about each of the residents, families or friends that you have added to the system. Care Notes. As you know, everything you record on the system creates a note. Here you can see every note that's ever been created. The default setting is for every 7 days, last 7 days. You can actually change this to the last 14, last 28, 3 months or 12 months. At the very top of the screen you have an icon, looks like a photograph. If you touch it, it will change the view into the resident's picture wall, and it will display up to 12 images, 24 images or 48 images at a time. If you touch the option that says Activity Images Only, you will only see images that have been marked as activity images. Touching the green icon will take you back to the care plan notes. If we continue looking through this care plan on the Care Control Mobile, we won't look at the care review at the moment because we're going to look at it on a separate section of this lesson. If we look at the risk assessments options, you'll see all the most current or latest risk assessment for the resident. If you hit the drop down box icon here, you will see these are the risk assessments that have been assigned to this resident. By touching one of them, that risk assessment will load. The risk assessments are really important as a source of information. So for example, the movement risk assessment provides you lots of information regarding how this resident can be moved or can be assisted and what assistance they need in terms of the equipment they're going to be needing. It's very important that these are referenced. If we scroll down our screen, we'll see there's an analysis option which is called Monitoring Analysis. If I click on this option, these are all the areas that we're currently monitoring for this resident, and some of these areas you'll be able to click on to get further information. So for example, if I clicked on where it said Waterlow, the system builds a chart for us so we can see what the Waterlow scores have been like over the last 15 entries, and we can scroll down and we can see who has actually entered each of those Waterlow entries. If we look at the weight chart, again we get a similar chart being created of the weight of the last 15 times it was recorded, and then we get a chart, a table showing the actual weights. Very useful information. And this is all the information that you've been recording as part of the recording screens. As I said previously, this information is deposited into a particular area of monitoring, and there's also a note created at the same time, so you never have to duplicate an entry. If we further down the care plan, we can see on Care Control Mobile we also have access to the medication profile. This provides an overview of the medication that the resident is taking. This is not a replication of the MAR sheets, but it is helpful to have it in one place where you can just quickly reference that medication. Medical visits. If you've recorded any medical visits on the system, it'll be displayed on this screen. If we navigate to our resident, which I think we recorded medical visits for yesterday, we can see that that medical visit is being shown. Linked documents. Linked documents allow you to scan documents that may have come from local authorities or CQC notifications, and they will be displayed here for you to access. It is the same as a document library, but specifically for each resident. And then the very last option on the Care Control Mobile screen is Life History. And we look at this screen, this will tell you the life history for that particular resident. As you can see, this particular life history is only 2% completed, but as you complete your life history, it'll be shown here. Again, it's an important reference tool. So all of these bits of information are available for you at Care Control Mobile, so you don't have to go and look for the information.